Hello there, Internet, and Happy New Year. Well, it's just about Happy New Year. It's 30th. We're getting close. Getting real close. But I'm at Chapman Square right now in lovely downtown Portland. Forgive my Blair Witch camera work. I'm going to slow it down here. And I want to spin you all a tale. A tale of a time when the world lost its collective mind, and no place lost its mind more so than, I think, lovely Portland, Oregon. So let us go back in time a couple years on this eve of New Year's Eve before we start a new year and reflect on some of the silliness of the past. Make sure my car's locked too. There we go. So anyways, the Justice Center for Portland is over here, and this is where a lot of the infamous riots of 2020 and 2021 took place in Portland. See, they've gone in here and they've done a pretty intense job recently of clearing out all the Criddlers. This had turned into a big Mad Max Criddler camp for a while. Finally kind of put a clamp down on that. This whole sidewalk here and this sidewalk here is just like one big like Mad Max Fetty Fort encampment for a while. Actually the better part of a year and a half. So here's where the elk statue used to be. It was a rather pretty elk statue. It was a bronze statue of an elk. I don't know, somehow the elk was declared racist and homophobic and problematic or whatever of some sort. And it got extremely defaced, so the city went and removed the elk. And I don't know, they have it hiding in the bottom of some basement warehouse for the city. And we just have this little tree. It looks like it's been mildly festively decorated. What is this? Is this from the trees or is this poop? Oh, it's just like organic matter from the trees of some sort. But you never know in downtown Portland. You truly never know, folks. Anyways, but yeah, man, it was wild in 2020. I mean, absolutely bananas. Every single square inch of these three collective parks and of the Justice Center were just coated in graffiti. Some of it was honestly rather clever, but most of it was just a bunch of brain dead ACAB, F12, 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 ACAB, F12, ACAB, F12, ACAB. And, you know, it kind of gets old after a while. It's not very original. It's like that Squidward meme where it's like, ooh, how daring today, aren't we? But as you can see around the Justice Center, we still got a big barricade up. You can't walk up to the side of it anymore. And I mean, in 2020, this was all covered, probably up to about here, in graffiti, just absolutely everywhere. It was wild. Yeah, all this sidewalk here is just nothing but a bunch of ACAB, F12 everywhere. I mean, occasionally you'd have someone writing something mildly clever, but not really, not usually. You know, this war memorial here, I'm kind of surprised it survived. You know, the elk was deemed problematic, and the elk had to go. But somehow the Spanish-American War Memorial, that someone has hung something from the end of this rather pretty. Wow, honking in Portland? That's actually really rare. That person's probably not from here. Anyways. Yeah, I wonder what they've hung from the end of this Craig 3040. I mean, my camera's not picking up really well, but that Craig 3040 is just beautifully sculpted. But anyways, I would have figured that it would have been the Spanish-American War Memorial that would have not survived the riots. But somehow this is the one that did, and the elk was declared, you know, the quote-unquote literally Hitler elk. It was super lay fascism, super Hitler elk, but this somehow survived. As you can see, it's had to be power washed several times to get all the graffiti off. But honestly, given the context of the riots that occurred here, this one came out okay. Yeah. Don't know. But boy, you know, Portland sure can be pretty. But it was just, I don't know how to explain the energy of all of this. It felt really dangerous. It felt like when I was stationed at Great Lakes in Illinois and I'd go, you know, I'd accidentally wander into the wrong part of Chicago. It had that level of like